With all of these, I know you were talking about a lot of those weren't mandatory. Aren't we a little broke right now to be handling anything that's not absolutely essential to our country?
Well, that's another issue, that this bill will not go to the national debt. It's going to be paid for. That's the other part. Because now it's going to have to be either from cutting other programs, or for there is a tax increase in here on millionaires.
We never cut anything. We just grow.
Where's the money? Where's the money?
The money, before it goes into effect, it will either be through reducing expenditures currently, but also there will be a millionaire's tax. And that's not unusual.
When they have 25% sales tax, federal government's going to put on items?
No, there's no such thing as a federal sales tax.
Well, that's what some Obama people are pushing around. That there will be, if you bought a $100 appliance, you'll pay $125 for it.
Well, let me answer that, because there was I heard it somewhere. There was somebody a week ago, I don't know if it was in the U.S. Senate because it didn't come from the House side, talked about putting a value-added tax, and that would help pay for the health care bill, which is it's a VAT, which is a hidden sales tax, and Europe has it, but that came from somebody in the Senate. The House bill that the committee that deals with this is Ways and Means, and they didn't even consider that.
We left Europe in 1776. We didn't have any ties to them anymore, so why should we?
Well, I'm not saying we're doing it. That's why I'm telling you. It's not part of the House plan, and frankly, it would be voted down if it came up. Yes, sir.
If this bill is so large and it's being changed daily, why don't you just let it sit there for a while? You already said we've waited years for this thing here. Let it sit there until everyone examines the thing. Till next year, till it's examined. And
that's happening right now.
Yes, but it's still sitting there until overnight, like you did with cap and trade. 3 o'clock in the morning, you come up with a bill, and then all of a sudden you vote on it. Let's sit there for a while.
Okay. On cap and trade, we had hearings in our committee for like about 4 or 5 months to deal with it. But I know what was in that bill because, again, we had hearings on it for a lot, and that's the way the legislative process works.
That 33 o'clock amendment, you couldn't have known that. 3 o'clock in the morning, you couldn't have known that.
Well, they filed it at 3 o'clock, and then but you have to have 24 hours before you can vote on it.
It was voted the next day, man.
Well, it has to still be 24 hours before we can do it. Somebody else who's a constituent.
Right here. Right here.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi.
Boy, you don't want to hear from me.
Several points that have been going on. Why are we rushing it? Why can't we take segments and work on doing certain areas of the health care plan at a time and fine-tuning it and getting it on a better way and vote on sections at a time instead of rushing. And why isn't Congress going to be on the same health care plan?
That's a great question.
Congress needs to be. One other question or one other thing that I have on the cap and trade. There were so many earmarks. There was $900 billion on earmarks, I believe.
Not 900 billion.
Well, maybe 800.
That's bigger
or
than
was
the
it
double
the stimulus? I don't know. There was a whole much, or no, it was on the stimulus. But
they had all the earmarks.
all the earmarks, Obama said he wasn't going to do earmarks.
He did. Well, the stimulus bill didn't have earmarks, and I know because I had highway projects I wanted to put in for our district, and we didn't get them. We sent the money on the highways projects back to the state, and the state agency made the decision on that. So we did not get the earmark any part of the stimulus bill. It's come back to the local community, in this case the state of Texas, because well, the one project that's in our district is 59 and Beltway 8. The state has had on the drawing boards for years to build flyovers on 59 and Beltway 8. That's part of our district, and those will be built. The contract's supposed to be open this month, or open for bidding, and we'll see that. The other thing that in that stimulus bill, and I wish I would earmark, because I would have, the Port of Houston got almost $100 million because every year we have to work and continue to re-dredge the Port of Houston to keep it to the 45 foot that we worked so hard in the 90s to get to. But our port silts up very quickly. All the bios run in. So we have to get federal money to dredge it. And we got more in that stimulus bill than I've been able to get in 4 years, a total of 4 years, to help continue keep it to 45 feet up to the Beltway 8 bridge. So, you know, I wish I could tell you I earmarked that, but I didn't.
That is an important earmark.
Oh, yeah. But it's not an earmark. It actually came through, you know, the Corps of
There's a
Engineers.
bunch of other stuff. Now, I can honestly say that since the stimulus bill has been passed, and since all these other things that have been going on, I work for a company that deals with energy and gas pipelines and so forth. They have cut our hours back so bad. They have laid off so many people in the Houston area.
Like your stimulus.
And when you send this cap and trade, when you put this cap and trade on us, this is going to handicap Houston.
Well,
And it's going to make because they don't have the emissions requirements, and
who does it?
That's
what I said.
It's going to cause us to lose more jobs here in this energy capital where we are.
Well, I also, you know, we're the energy capital world because of hydrocarbons, but I also want us to be energy capital world for lots of things. In Texas, the last 8 years has grown so fast with wind power. And those of you who live in our well, there are other, but we can do it, whether it's offshore or we can do it in West Texas, and we're doing it in West Texas. So we can do that. And that is non-polluting electricity.
Just killing
that will
birds.
do it.
Yeah, but our taxes are paying
Let me
for
get
that.
first there weren't any